So I haven't posted a video on YouTube since October. I have a lot of new subscribers, so guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to SoLO TV. Okay, so I know if you're following me from TikTok, you have heard the story about how I got flown out. For those who did not know, the city girls mean flew out to Panama back in 2018 with a man who was British, and he happened to also be a millionaire. Okay, so this is going to be the entire story because honestly, TikTok is only 60 seconds long. I can only do so much and I can only answer so many questions. So I'm going to break it down to y'all with text messages. I have my laptop here. I have all the iMessages ready to go. So all the tea is here. This is about my entire trip on how I went to Panama in July of 2018 with a British millionaire who happened to be 38, and his name was Adam for personal reasons. It's not his real name, but I'm gonna give him that name because I don't want to throw out his business like that. So we're gonna call him Adam for the sake of this video. All right, so I met Adam on the app called Luxy. I met him of June of 2018 on the app. He was coming through San Antonio from like this like whirlwind trip and around America because he's from the UK. Okay, so we were talking, we were chatting, and then he was like, well, I'm gonna be in San Antonio, like let's meet up. What's your cell phone number? So this is the first messages. Okay, so he texted me. He was like, hey Lauren, just heading to San Antonio this afternoon. You want to meet on the Riverwalk sometime this evening around 7:30? I said that might be doable. I said I had no idea I could text numbers from other countries because, you know, who has ever texted anyone out of the country? Like I hadn't. He was like, I guess you'll never know when it would become useful. So basically just talking random stuff, you know, really just keying up. He says, he's like, do you mind? He's like, I'm in San Antonio with a friend for 2 days. I thought he was gonna chill tonight, but he wants to come out. Do you mind if he joins us? Maybe you got a friend that you could join, who could join. Can I keep it casual? And I was like, let me see who's available. So at the time I texted like all my friends, and a lot of them had said no, and I was just like, what the come on now, like somebody has to want to come with me. Like this is a hot rich man, like who doesn't want to come like and be my wing lady? So I finally got this girl named, who's not going to be named, to show up with me because we're no longer friends, but she decided to come with me, and she was a former pageant queen, and so, you know, she was like cute or whatever, so I was like, this could work, this is gonna work. So, you know, he sends a picture of what his friends look like, and then I sent a picture of what my friend looked like, and I was like, I think this is gonna be a great match. He's like, she's pretty, he's, you know, he was all right, and I was just like, yeah, cool. So we decided on 8 p.m, decided on the place. We ended up meeting at this restaurant called Boudreaux's on the Riverwalk, which is like a really fancy restaurant. Now, looking back these messages as I'm going through them, he did say, let's keep it casual. And we really did the most because I did my hair. I came with my heels and the dress, and they showed up like with like a t-shirt, like nice dress shirts and like shorts maybe. Like it was mad. They were definitely like relaxed, and we were just like, these two bougie black girls. So whatever. I mean, I'd rather be known as like someone bougie and cute than someone just like, you know, who doesn't try. Like, come on, I gotta be smart about this. All right, so anyways, we make it there, and yeah, so we end up at Boudreaux's, and it's a lot of fun, and we end up going, the restaurant closes, and they're like, hey, the restaurant's closing, like y'all gotta get the hell out or go somewhere else, whatever, you know, just you gotta get out of here. So we leave. Mind you, that entire meal was like lit though, if I didn't tell y'all. Like we had like a 4-course meal. Like we ordered, like we got whatever we wanted. I got several drinks. He bought us like 2 bottles for the entire table. We had like what else we get? We got like, everyone got their own appetizer, everyone got their own entree, everyone got their own dessert. Like it was lit. Okay, so then we were all like, let's go out again. So like we all decided to go to this bar called the Hangar, which is like a local like dive bar here in San Antonio. I didn't know what else was open, so I was like, why not? So we decided to go over there, and we're taking more shots, we're drinking, we're having a good time. Yeah, so we're having a good time, and then Adam and I were like, well, this has been fun, but like let's, you know, keep hanging out, because by this time I was kind of tipsy, he was kind of tipsy. So like we went back and took an Uber back to my house, and then my friend and his friend, they ended up he called them an Uber separately because he got it like that. So they went home to their respective places, and we decided to go back to my place, and we had a lot of fun. We hung out, he met my dogs, like it was just lit. It was a good night, guys. Like, it was a good night. Like, I was really attracted to him. Like, I was like sad to see this man like possibly go back. And so the entire time he was at my house, like, I was just like, I don't want this to end. Like, you're so fun. Like, I just, I'm having a ball with you. Like, you're so genuine. He's like, well, let's meet back up in Tulum, or like, let's do this. Like, he was just like trying to make travel plans. And I was just like, what? Like, you're lying. He's like, no, like, yeah, let's go. So that was how it went down. So the next day I texted him and I was like, I had fun with you. Are you back with Nathan yet? He was like, I had lots of fun too, because I had to go to work the next day. So he was actually at my house for the next day, and we hung out, and I was late to work. So I ended up having to like speak my ass to my job. And then so that's when I texted him like 9:30, like when I was walking to the office, and he was like, I had fun too, kissy face. He's like, just got back to our place, trying to work out what to do. 2 half asleep dudes who want to do different things. I said, hope you're not too tired. I'll keep you posted. X, that's what they do in the UK. I said, is he trying to leave for Houston? Because they was trying to go to Houston because they hadn't been to Houston, because this is their American World Tour, and they were trying to take through Texas. And I was like, I might crash later once my coffee wears out, because I didn't go to sleep, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. So they wanted to do Six Flags. And he's like, well, I'm so tired, I might actually fall asleep on this roller coaster. Is that possible? So it's not possible to fall asleep on a roller coaster. I was like, well, let's hang out afterwards. He's like, definitely want to hang out with you again. Gonna chat to Nathan once he's had a coffee and woken up a bit. I said, seriously, he's grumpy in the morning. I get it. I'm starting to feel super sleepy. So that's how it went down. We kept in contact after this. We chatted some more. It was, super crazy. So then a week or 2 later, I was like, did you forget about me? And he was like, LOL, I'm driving to New Orleans, 7 hours drive, never forgotten, I'll call you tomorrow. I said, okay, be safe. I got my wisdom teeth taken. I had my wisdom teeth getting taken out the next day. I was like, but I should be okay by tomorrow afternoon. He's like, good luck with your appointment. Make sure you have a chaperone, blah, 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 witty banner. And then he sent me pictures of his Airbnb and how his friend Nathan picked a really shitty place. And I was just like, oops, okay, that sucks. And then he wanted to FaceTime. He wanted me to send a pic of what I looked like for my wisdom teeth. July 2nd, he says, would you like to meet me for a 4-day weekend in Panama City this week, the weekend after next? I said, oh yeah, why the hell not? I was like, that sounds like so much fun. Friday through Monday. He's like, Friday to Monday or Thursday to Sunday. I'll check some flights. Can you check if you can get off from work? I think Thursday to Sunday, if that's cool, the flights are better. I said, so the 19th, okay, whatever. So I want to see you sooner than the 19th, kissy face, because he was trying to see your girl, because, why wouldn't he? So I don't know, I'm getting excited, like this is like real life. Like, it was real life, but I was like, it's a little last minute, but I think I might be able to do it. And guys, I was nervous as hell, trying to ask my boss if I could take a whirlwind trip to across the country and meet some men I'd only met once or twice in my life. So like, clearly I was lit, but I was nervous. I was like, I want to see you too. Like, I did want to see this man. Like, I was attracted. I wanted to be with him. I put kissy faces. I was like, want to see you like now too, sir. He's like, okay, well, check at work tomorrow and let me know as soon as you know 100%, and I'll book your ticket. I was just like, oh my God. This is real life. Like, it can't be. It is. I'm reading this verbatim, y'all. Like, there's no lie. This is what's going on. Okay, so I was like, I'll let you know first thing tomorrow when my bosses gets in, and normal. I said the normal rule of thumb is if we don't have any proposals or upcoming deadlines, we can take time off. So I'm 80% sure right now. He's like, perfect, I'm excited. He's like, just to let you know, the flight goes from Austin. You have to change at Houston. No direct flights, unfortunately. Is that cool? I was like, I don't care. I'm down. And then he sends me, so I forget that he was trying to learn Spanish, so his phone was in Spanish. So he was sending me like flights, but they were all like in different times, and they all were in Spanish. And I took 7 years of Spanish, so I knew a lot of it, but I was just like, what the hell? He's like, so these are the best times. So then he sends me the times, and so we're just going. And then on the 3rd, I asked my boss that day, that exact morning. He got there at 8:30. I was there at 8:30 because I wanted to answer. And I was like, dude, can we go? Like, can I go? And he was just like, well, let's check the calendar. He was being all weird. But eventually he said yes. And I was like, Panama, let's go. And then I texted that to him. I was like, it's on my calendar. My boss has approved it. Heart. He said, that's great, I'll get it booked now. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to fucking Panama. So I sent him my email. He's like, can you send me a photo of your passport and your address? I said, I don't have that yet. What do you need? I mean, I had my passport, but I was at work. And he's like, end of the day is fine. I was like, okay, I'll give you everything when I'm home. Kissy face, what he sent to me. So then I gave him all my passport information. Y'all need to know that. He said, that's perfect. Okay, just heading out for dinner, so I'll book later tonight. He wanted me to send a picture of my passport photo, but I said I looked chubby, which I did. It was taken in 2016. So I said, you'll see it in Panama. I was like, by the way, I need dip. Okay, so then this is where it gets real, guys, because my dad wanted to know every detail. When I told my parents that I had gotten a flight booked to Panama, since a man I had only met a few times in my life, they were like, what the hell, Lauren? Like, are you crazy? Guys, my dad is I don't want to tell you what he did actually, but he was undercover operator for the government. That's what I'm going to say right now. So my dad is crazy, and he has his own security firm. So he's definitely crazy, and he has resources. So my dad, I told him, and he was like, I texted Adam, and I was like, by the way, I need details so I can tell my dad. I haven't told him I'm leaving. My mom doesn't care, but he's going to ask every kind of question. He said, hotel details, right? I said, yeah, we're staying where we were staying so my father can know. I said, I'm getting international calling for the trip so he can text as needed. He said, no problem. I'll book somewhere and let you know. Cool. I said, good night. He sends me the flight information. And you know what, guys? I didn't even read it because this is what happened. He accidentally booked me a flight for Panama City, Florida. And I don't think he knew the difference between Panama City, Florida and Panama, because he didn't know it was a Panama City, Florida, whatever. So I'm looking right now, it definitely says Des de Austin Bergsham on Northwest Florida beaches. My dumb ass didn't even see that. I noticed it later on though. My mom noticed it. Anyways, this is what he sent me. And then we changed our flights. And then my mom was like, oh, so then I said, by the way, my father's fine with the trip, but he wants to have a brief conversation with you before I leave. I said, I told him I'd give him your number. He said, no problem. I said, okay, cool. I said, I wanted to give you a heads up before I give him your number. He said, that's fine. He can call me whenever. I said, okay, let him know. He said, does he know how many times or when or how many times we met? And I was just like, no, my mom does. Or does he? I was like, I talked to him about you before. He's like, should I just be totally honest if he asked that stuff? I said, yeah, just don't mention I'm not gonna read that part. And I said, deny. He's like, okay, so do I need to say we have separate beds in Panama or rooms? I said, no, he isn't that conservative. He's like, okay. I said, he knows I'm not a nun. I have a legit romantic interest in him. He's like, okay. I was like, will you send me the flight info? He's like, booked. So then on the 7th of July, I say, my mother just called me and told me that my flight is to Panama City, Florida. I thought we were going to Panama, the country. And he was like, holy shit, what a fuck up. And I read that, I'm reading this in his accent. He says, I had no idea there was a Panama City in Florida, ? Okay, don't worry. I'll book your flight tomorrow to the right place. Oh my God, what an idiot. I'm just laughing, like, ha, emojis. I said, yeah, there is. I said, I didn't even notice. Well, I'm glad she caught that because I would have been in Panama. I said, you would have been in Panama and I would have been in Florida. And and so he sends me different flights to actual Panama. And he's like, I'm gonna book this for you tomorrow. Tell your mom thanks, Jesus. Your mom may be thinking I'm a complete moron. She is right. LOL. Guys, why am I getting so much enjoyment out of this? Like, this is better than telling it on TikTok. This is so much like storyline stuff. He goes, haha, totally. And then I said, do you have better reception today? Okay, so then he sends me a picture of him in Tulum. Boom. Okay. So then he's there. Then he asked me if I wanted to fly out from Houston. I said, hell no. So we went back to the original flight, and then I put a bunch of heart emojis. He booked it, he emailed it to me, and yeah. So then he says, okay, so I booked this hotel, it looks awesome, right in the middle of the city. Global Hotel Panama, which is actually I think where we end up staying. I said, it looks amazing, you did a good job. He said, so I just finished shopping. I bought way too much than I anticipated, but I bought some really nice things. I hope it's a win. He's like, all good, I'm great. That's great, I'm sure you look amazing. Glad you like the hotel, gonna go for a swim. Another picture of him at Tulum, me being jealous as hell. I said that I was jealous. He texts me on the 9th saying, hey honey, good day. I had a good workout at my favorite gym in the world. Sends me a picture of him on the gym at the beach. I'm reeling at this point, like, wow, this man's perfect. He works out, he's rich, he's on the beach investing. Like, could have got any better man at the time. I'm taking right now, and he's perfect. So let's not compare the two. Okay, So I said, hi, love. Today was hectic, but good. Currently on my couch trying to deliberate if I want to keep packing for Panama. I would actually work out that gym, no doubt. So then he says, so as long as you're ready for Thursday, it's all good. Kissy face. All I'm doing this week before Panama is working out, a bit of workout, a work and chill. Definitely needed a few days healthy living after the last couple of weeks. Just started watching Black Mirror again. Have you seen it? Some mad shit. Okay, so now we're just having conversation. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. On the 10th of July, I say, LOL, my dad told me he tried calling you, couldn't get through. I just told him to text you first. He said, oh, okay. I was going to ask if he was going to call. You can send me his number if you want to, and I can call him, question mark. Does he have an iPhone or WhatsApp so I can call him over Wi-Fi? There's just no signal here. Or I've got Wi-Fi now if he wants to call. I said, yeah, he has an iPhone. I said, how'd you tell him we met? I said, I told him to call you via FaceTime. I said, I didn't tell him. He never asked. My mom knows we met through Luxie, though. He said, okay, what's his name? I said, his name is Vance. He can talk now, I think. I just got the phone with him. He said, okay, I'll call him now. I said, good luck. And then he said, text me, just had a chat with your dad. All good. Seems like a really good guy. I said, well, that's a good answer. I said, that's good. Well, yeah, he's nice or whatever. And then, so I actually had a conversation with him after that on the phone. And the man was like reeling. Like he was... My dad said some to him that made him real nervous. I know for a fact. And that could have been the reason why we're not together to this day, guys. I'm 100% sure. Anyways. I said, I pretty much finished packing. It's the small stuff I'm going to have to get together. I think I sent him a picture, but I can't see the pictures I sent to him for some reason on my computer. Anyways, I sent current situation, which I think was a thing in my suitcase and what I was packing. Now I'm talking about what I'm doing. I said 7 more hours. A hair appointment, dropping off the dogs, and a drive to Austin before flying to Panama. He said, make sure you download some films. And then he said, random stuff. Why am I getting nervous talking about this? Like, I feel like I'm about to go on this trip all over again. Okay. So now it's here. Okay, so now I said, I'm finally driving to Austin. I keep feeling like I'm forgetting something, but my checklist is complete. He said, good work. Hasta mañana, chica. I said, hasta luego, kissy face. He said, hey, honey, you get to Houston, okay? Almost at the airport. I said, so just had this, then he said, just had this text about your flight. My gate had changed. I said, was my flight always at 10:15? I said, no worries, on the plane now. Seriously, I have to go pee. He's like, ha, bad timing. Those damn mimosas. Because I actually had like 7 mimosas before the flight because I was nervous. I said, I really regret drinking now. I went to the bathroom right before this too. He's like, you're on holidays. You're on holiday. So you kind of have to drink at the airport. It's the law. I said, exactly. I need to go to the restroom. I said, once we get in the air. He says, I'm in Panama at 1:42 p.m. I said, and I was like, just made it. And then he sends me a picture. There's no text while we're on the trip, clearly. Okay, so the trip was awesome. Cue the videos. I leave Panama tomorrow. I don't want to go.
Simple.
we're back. And then now we are back in the States, or back from the trip, or I'm on the way to the airport. And he's sending me pictures of the trip that he has. I sent him some pictures, whatever. Cool. I said at July 15th, 2018 at 3:06 p.m. I said, on the plane, call when I make it to Houston. I had so much fun with you. I apologize for getting all mushy and whatnot today. I cried at the airport. I cried at the hotel. I cried that entire day before I left. And that may or may not have been a part of my demise as well. I was head over heels for a man who I barely knew, and he flew me to another country, you know, after only knowing him for so long. So who wouldn't cry? Who wouldn't be sad to leave the man of their dreams? Okay. So then he said, just slept for about 3 hours. How are you getting on? I didn't sleep one bit. Just finished going through customs. I'm incredibly tired at the terminal. Not sure if you went back to sleep, just try calling. I said, made it to the gate, and there's a little kid who's crying so hard that I'm sure he made himself sick at this point. One of the flight attendants was trying to drag him off the plane. What? He's laughing. I said, I should have recorded that for you so you could see what I was seeing. And he said, you're on the plane? I said, hi. They put him somewhere. It got super quiet in the terminal when he left. Yep, on the plane. Gonna try to sleep so I can drive back to San Antonio. He said, you're heading back there tonight? I said, yeah, sadly. I'm probably just gonna stay at my mom's house tonight. She's closer and my dogs are there. But we'll do. He wanted me to call him. Made it to Austin. All right, guys, this is boring. My dad didn't want to know anything about the trip. The conversation made him very uncomfortable. He was like, glad you're safe and back. Oh, I said, okay, Dad. He said, fair enough. I guess Spanish lesson for me now. How's work? I said, work, I'm late. I just am about to walk in. Send some pictures. I said, like this version, working on orange dress. He said, that's really nice. I don't think he cared. He sounded very dry. I said, glad you like it. Are you feeling better and more rested? He said, yeah, definitely. Are you? Had a Spanish lesson this morning. Just been to the gym. Gonna do some work. Feeling productive. I said, look at you. Oh yeah, then I guess I had some kind of rash. I don't know. We had a conversation at one point after this on the phone, and I had said some things I guess that made him uncomfortable. Like I was talking about the fact that, you know, I was like, well, this is gonna be so much fun. I love hanging out with you. Like I can't wait to travel more with you. Like, you know, I can use this as a platform to really start like blogging, and like we could like do, you know, I had this whole idea. I was like, but why not? Like I'm thinking that he's all in for me, and I thought he was all in for me too. So I was just like, well, like I think it'd be cool to like start documenting this kind of stuff and like be more prepared, so, like, you know, YouTube about it. I think that scared him. So then I texted him at 7:18, July 18th at 6 o'clock. I was like, did you make it to the class on time? No reply. Calling you to tell you that the gremlin, my dog, peed on me. No reply. Are you okay? Did you make it to Columbia? No reply. Okay, so I'm super worried about you. I'm pretty sure you're fine, but please call me so I can know you're okay. No reply. A day later, he says, my messages aren't sending. I'm on San Blas Island on the way to Colombia. I sent something in Spanish. I don't know, I'm stupid. I thought you got kidnapped. He said, hey, arrived in Colombia. I finally got 15 minutes at Wi-Fi on the board and heading to town. I'll try to call you later. So glad you made it. Kissy face. Hey, just at a party, I'll call you tomorrow. And that was the 22nd. I said, okay. Just like that. Good morning-ish, LOL. The 23rd. Hey, just woke up. My head. I said, you hungover? I said, and maybe I should have, okay, as I'm rereading this, okay, I'm a little, at the time I was into him a lot, and I don't like being ignored, so I can see where I'm coming from. But as I'm reading this, I was doing the most. I fumbled the bag, clearly. So this is what I say at 4:44 p.m. on the 23rd of July. I said, okay, but something going on. I said, we haven't really spoke since Wednesday, and you've been updating your Luxy profile with new pictures. Oh, I forgot about that. I said, am I missing something? Are you trying to subtly tell me to move on? My heart hurts right now. So then he texts me back at 6:30 the same day. So honestly, I've had to think over the last few days, and I don't think this is going to be right for either of us. I think you're really great, and there's definitely a connection, but I'm at a point in my life where I need to travel, and I'm not comfortable with the risk of thought of you changing your life so much and coming away with me. It feels too risky, and I honestly don't want to be responsible for shit if it goes wrong. If I was local to you, I definitely want to see you, but I just think the timing and circumstances are wrong, despite us getting on so well. I'm sorry. I really did have an amazing time with you. Cue the world's smallest violin. I said, what? I'm literally at a loss for words. I don't understand. I literally thought we were on the same page. I don't even deserve a phone call. How is it your decision to how my life pans out? Why would you feel responsible? I'll call you tomorrow. I said, if I was stuck in the back of your mind, you should have just said it. Like you wait while till I completely let my guard down and boom, just kidding. I've changed my mind. I seriously sound so mad, but I'm really just confused and there's no words, but whatever. I can't force it. I can't force you. I'll deal with the hurt and I'll figure it out from there. I said, I'm just really hurt. I'm not this person who just completely lets go of their inhibitions because of this right here. I should have known. Have fun in Colombia. He says, honestly, you came on real strong for me. I just wanted to meet up and see what happens. And you're talking about quitting your job, giving your dog to your mom and starting a video blog, whatever. It was just too much too quick. Fair enough. I said, okay, so why don't you just tell me that? I wasn't saying any of that had to happen at this moment. I get it, but I was coming from a place of, well, if my life was to change, I'd have a plan. I wouldn't be left trying to put the pieces of my life back together. I was totally cool when you just said, let's see how the next few months go before I left. Coming on strong, I get it, but I wasn't coming from a place of pressure, Adam. I was coming from a place of where I wear my heart in my sleeve, and it's definitely a lot sometimes, but I'm not some kind of person who likes to BS or keep how I'm feeling a secret. But what I don't understand is why you would just decide to disregard me completely and not even have a conversation with me. I'm generally definitely understanding the way you've been acting lately. I don't understand. If you would have told me just to calm the fuck down, I would have been like, yeah, okay, for real, I'm definitely getting ahead of myself. Ignore me doesn't help. He's like, but I was like, but if you have your mind made up, I understand. I don't want to hinder you from being happy, living your best life. And then he didn't reply. And I said something stupid. And then he says, this is a lot, guys. The 24th of July, he says, I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Very little Wi-Fi. I'm in a big group of people, so it's really hard to speak. I'm in Cartagena tomorrow evening after 12 and an hour bus ride, so I can call you by the day if you want to talk. But yes, I'm sorry. I had a great time with you. Maybe things run a little bit too much, but I don't think we are suited for anything long-term. I don't want you to waste your time. I do think you're great, and I really enjoy spending time with you. I hope this can be a nice memory for both of us. And then I say some really interesting words to him. And now I'm in Miami because I went to Miami after that. And then he said, hey, I missed your call. Yeah, sorry. I butt dialed him on purpose. He said, no need to be sorry. You good? I said, truthfully, no, but it is what it is, I guess. You want to talk? Yeah, I mean, if possible, because I'm a manipulator. Just try calling you, but it's not going through for some reason. Can you try calling me? Yeah, so we talked. I don't know what it was about. Just trying to make sense of everything at that point. And then I sent him something about my address. Thanks for chatting. I don't know if being friends is something that we can handle at this point, but I'm open to it. I know we don't have a future and it's okay, but I want to keep you in my life platonically and see you here and there if that's something you're comfortable with. If that's not cool, let me know your thoughts. He said, hey, missed your calls, just out for dinner. Of course, I'm happy to be friends. That's weird. Well, cool, friends it is. I spent the last 30 minutes trying to deliver this to the USB of my Amazon account, and I'm basically giving up now. The book I wanted to buy for you is some book called Mindfulness, A Practical Guide to Finding Peace in a Frantic World. You should definitely get it and just try out the techniques for a couple weeks. It's not hippie BS. There's solid science behind it. I said, why did you give up? Did I give you the wrong address? I think it's because I got a UK account. BS. I said, I'll order it, let you know. He said, hey, just a bit busy moving out of an apartment. When did you get an apartment? Hey, how you been? This is in August. He says, hey Chica, how are you? Sorry, been bad at replying to your messages. Been in a Spanish school in Medellin for 2 weeks. Intense shit. What have you been up to? I said, no worries. Has your Spanish improved by being in the Spanish school? I'm doing okay. Been busy with my cheer team. I'm coaching and finding a better job. I'm okay. Other than that, nothing special. He said, hola, I keep missing your calls in the countryside at the moment. Very little signal. I'm free this afternoon if you want to chat. I said, okay, makes sense. But yeah, I'll give you a ring this afternoon. I would just be at my house making crafts for my cheerleaders. Sent them some pictures from Panama again. I'm assuming we have been talking the phone still through this time. I don't remember you. I don't have the call log clear. I'm just fine, just editing some photos and whatnot. He says, you have some skills. I'm decent. Can I ask you a question? This is in September now. Guys, we're talking for a very long time. He said, hey, sure you can. I said, we must be in very different time zones. But I said, I don't have time for a backstory. But why is it that you blocked me from everything, like even Facebook? Like, but why is it that you blocked me from like everything? I wasn't even Facebook friends with you. Guys, he blocked me from Facebook. We weren't even Facebook friends. I said, even though we decided we were cool, I feel as if I'm missing something. He says, sorry, I blocked you from Facebook at a particular point in time when I thought we had fallen out. I actually tried to unblock you, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. My phone is in Spanish as I'm learning the language, which doesn't help, and I just gave up. I said, I'm not mad or anything. I guess when it was brought to my attention, it made me feel some kind of way. He said, don't be offended. I'm trying to unblock you now, but I can't work it out. I said, you don't need to be worried about it. We never were Facebook friends to begin with. I said, it made me feel like you were trying to hide something. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I was hurt last night, but if you say it was just because you thought we had completely fallen out, then that's okay. He said, that's why. Sorry. I'll work it out and add you. As I say, I wanted to actually. I'm going out now, but will do. I said, okay. And then he added me, and I was like, you didn't have to add me. He's like, haha, no, but I can if I want. Flirting emoji, because he's still flirting with me, guys, in September after he had dumped me. I said, you can if you want. Since when? He says, haha. How are you doing anyways? Back at my parents in the UK for some time. I said, how are you doing? I don't know how to answer that question. Depends on what aspect. I said, generally I'm speaking, I'm decent. How long are you going to be in the UK? Blah, blah, blah. Such an amazing city. He's going to Colombia. I said, are you going to be able to move your stuff out of your parents' house while you're there? I hated Miami while I was there last month. I said, I did like Little Havana. He said, maybe is who you went with, why you didn't have fun. Very true. I said, did we talk about who I went with and everything? You didn't answer the rest of my questions, sir. He said, yeah, we talked about who you went with. I said, and he said, Madeline, cool, everything's cool. Okay, so now on September 14th, 3:56 a.m. his time, my time. He said, hey, how are you? Yeah, now I've got 2 go-to spots. Had a crazy few days catching up with everyone in the UK. I'm intrigued about your story. Want to talk later today? I said, hey, I'm doing fine. I was asleep 5 minutes ago, then I realized I was still on the couch, just moved to my bed. Yeah, we can talk later. I don't know if my story's funny now since I've resolved the issue, but you can decide that yourself. And then he says, hey, you free? You sleep when you rang? I said, I'm available now. Can you talk? And he was like, sure, let me get on Wi-Fi. Facebook audio or Facebook calling? We talked that night. I don't know about what, guys. I can't tell you. And then I sent him a picture of himself on Facebook on October 8th, 2018 at 10:58 p.m. and he was looking hot. I said, you can't post this kind of pictures anymore. Like, when did you start looking like this? And he looked fine, y'all. Like, I wish I could show y'all, but he was really freaking cute. And he says, haha, thanks. Was gonna put this as my profile pic. I was on a hike in Colombia. How'd the interview go? I put the thumbs down emoji. Why'd I do it so weird? The thumbs down. And then, so that's a little thirst trap, and I know that doesn't translate well, but I don't know how to describe it, but I'm glad you had fun. He's like, it was really good, beautiful countryside. Oh, the interview, no go on the next one. On to the next one. Did you get feedback? And then, you know, he started talking about stuff. Okay, and then, in November, I met one of his friends on Luxy, like, by chance. And I was like, so crazy small world. I said, met one of your friends, Kirk? And he said, ha, where'd you meet him? I said, more or less, he messaged me. Didn't meet him. Didn't know he was your friend. It got super awkward because I guess he saw we followed each other on IG and asked how I knew you. Then I was like, well, this isn't a thing. He said, ha, that's a small world. The last message I ever sent to him was like, most definitely, LOL. And there it is, guys. We ended on semi-decent good terms, but we did end up falling out again because I saw on his Facebook that he got a girlfriend, and at that point I was like, what the hell? She's some Colombian singer. Her name is the same as mine, but in Spanish, so Lorena. And I got pissed, and I was like, wow, weren't we just still texting? Like, okay. And so then I deleted him off of Facebook, and then I kept him on Instagram because he doesn't post, and why not? Only picture on his Instagram account was a picture I took of him and edited on our trip in Panama, and it's still there to this day. I check all the time. Not all the time, but I've checked recently. But he unfollowed me eventually at some point when they started getting really serious, him and this girl. And I think he noticed that I had deleted him from Facebook, and then he deleted me from Instagram not too long. I don't know when it happened. And then they got engaged. like in October of 2019 or something like that, or November. I don't know when they got engaged, but they got engaged. And they're engaged to this day, and they're on the way to get married. So I do not have any contact with this man, and I have his number still, clearly. If I ever wanted to just be like, hey, how are you? I'm pretty sure he'd respond, but what's the point? Am I curious to see what he would say? Yes, 100%. But am I going to do it? No. Like I said, I already have a man, and I don't need to open up Pandora's box like that. Like, there's just no point. Like, it was a fun point in my life. I had fun. You know, he was a season in my life. Clearly, we started talking in June, and we ended in November. Okay, so, you know, we definitely had our ups and downs. We had a lot of ups, we had a lot of downs, but at the end of the day, we just weren't suited for each other, and I just wasn't what he was looking for. You know, like, I'm a lot, and I'm okay with that. And, you know, I have good memories of us. There's nothing that I could say I would bash him. There's nothing to bash him about. You know, I think that we had a time when I was carefree, young, and having a good ass time, and ain't nothing wrong with that. No, he was never married, guys. He didn't have no kids. He had been previously engaged. I got that question. He was previously engaged at one point, but he never married the girl. He has no kids to this day. He only has one fiance, and they should be getting married soon. And she is like a Colombian pop singer, and he's financing all of it. So, yes, that is all I know about him to this date. But yeah, so that's the story. You have any more questions? As always, feel free to ask, but be appropriate. Don't bash me. Don't bash him. Don't bash the situation. Like, if you're jealous, then be jealous, sis. But don't make assumptions. You want to ask something, then ask me. DM me on Instagram. Talk about it. Like, see how you, like, you know, just be real, but don't be a hater. No haters allowed. But that's my story. So that's the time I went to Panama and I got lit. So I hope y'all enjoyed this, and comment below if you want to know more and talk more and chat, and follow me on Instagram. Bye. Subscribe, comment, like, whatever.